And we are live. Welcome to the Dust Off the Mic podcast. I'm your humble host, Dustin Yellowitz. I have with me today a very special guest, a dear friend of mine, Michael Katz, comedian, entertainer, and just all around beautiful bitch. Before we get started with any questions or anything like that, a quick shout out to Comics and Killers Collectibles in Hainesport. Eric Yellowitz runs that store like a fucking G. Are you awesome? Are you a smart person? Do you know exactly where you need to get your shit from as far as collectibles, comics, anything that have it? Well, guess what? Comics and Killers Collectibles has got you covered. They are absolutely the authority on anything like that. I promise you, half the swag in my studio here is from that store itself, and I highly recommend it. Tell him I sent you. He'll hook you up, I promise. Big shout out to Jay Blendowski for helping all the audio setup. We are officially live, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's really watching at the moment, but when they look back, it's going to be an awesome thing. Alrighty, I have with me today aspiring comedian, entertainer, and one of my best friends on this fucking stupid ball we call Earth. And how you doing there, handsome?
I'm well. I am well, and I'm getting better.
Yeah. How do you mean?
Oh, smoking, living my California fantasy.
Oh yeah. What is the California fantasy? Because I'm in Jersey. I know nothing about it. We don't really fantasize. We more like daydream during traffic.
Oh, yeah. See, we don't do that here because the sun's out. We're always in the sun, smoking weed, laying by the pool, no cares. It's a different atmosphere than the city. It took me about 5 years to get the what I like to call the dildo of living in the city out of my ass and calm down. I mean, to be fair, I'm not used to anything wanting to leave my ass, so I thought it had to stay.
Fair enough. All right, when you refer to it as the dildo of the city, what do you mean? What do you mean the dildo of the city? I can't relate. I've never been to California. I hear things, but
well, you know how, I mean, you know, when we were together every day, it probably didn't feel as dark or as cold because in the group that we ran with, it was love. It was all love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the moments leading up to that group, you know, I had walked a different path. I was alone. I didn't have people. I was purely in survival mode. You know what I mean? And that can alter your perception because I love Philadelphia. Philadelphia is beautiful. It's my home. Mm-hmm. You know, it's where I took to the stage for the first time. It's where I did all these amazing first things. You know, but eventually you grow up, you move on, you do things, you know what I mean? Your life changes. And for me, my experience out there up until the end was it was cold.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have, you know, I lived in survival mode. You know, and it's not, no, don't poor pity me.
Oh, as if we could, bud.
No. No.
So take me back, man. Take me back to where you first wanted to be a comedian. You first wanted to be an entertainer, performer. You first wanted to break that barrier and you wanted to get in front of people and be who you truly desired to be. Break it down for me. Break it down for the 5 people watching at the moment, and hopefully more soon. Feel free to leave comments, guys.
I started like, I don't know, I wouldn't say I was young. I was like 5 or 6. My grandparents raised me, and they raised me on women who are now known as the Blonde Bombshells.
Okay.
And, you know, it's your Marilyn Monroe, Mae West, Sophie Tucker, Marlene Dietrich, pillars of women who changed the dynamic in entertainment. You know, they changed the game for everybody, but as I grew to learn, especially people who identify under the LGBTQIA flag, women, minorities. And I always related to them their sarcasm, the dryness, the the ability to manipulate the conversation to be able to deliver the line. And I learned that by watching Sophie Tucker and Mae West.
Mm.
And that's where I got my start. And as I grew up, I, did theater, and I always wanted to be the villain. I always wanted to be the bad guy. I always wanted to have, I always felt like my whole life, as I learned about these people, these women, they were always made out to be villains. They were always made out to be controversial. They were always made out to be catalysts.
Do you think it was just because of like the time in which they were
I
performing,
think
or
it was the time, and I think it was the stance that they took. As an example, Marilyn Monroe bought out an entire club for a week so Ella Fitzgerald could perform there. They wanted her to perform, but they couldn't have her in the club.
Okay.
So Marilyn said, okay, well, I'm running the club for the week. She can sing on stage. Or something like that. I'm
They
not
just
sure
did a documentary on Marilyn Monroe recently, didn't they?
Well, they've been doing a lot because a lot of things are coming out to the light.
Sure.
But, Lucille Ball was the same way. Lucille Ball, a lot of people don't know this, that Star Trek would not exist had it not been for Lucille Ball.
Really? Why is that? Tell me.
CBS
I'm a big nerd.
CBS made a pilot. It did not do well. Gene Roddenberry brought it to Lucille Ball, and Lucille Ball took it under Desilu, and it got completely redone. Lucille Ball is responsible for the first interracial kiss on TV in history.
I did not know that either.
Well, that's the first interracial kiss of Star Trek.
Awesome. Oh yeah, you know what? I think my cousin did tell me that. My cousin's a huge Trekkie.
My husband
Miles.
is too.
Well, all right. So now you've idolized all these women and these actresses and performers. Now where do you try and make this your act? Like you said, you would like to be this villain, this bitch, if you will. Which I got to tell you, you pull it off great, sweetheart. You really do. You really do. It comes natural.
I think it's because they're the people that see right through you. And I've started to incorporate other hobbies into this comedy, because for a long time Michael, that is so mean. You're so mean. Oh, you're hateful. No, I'm right. And that's what makes it both mean and villainous. However, a couple years ago, as you know, I'm really big into drag culture. I took you to a show.
Oh yeah. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
So as I've been out in California, I've been doing that, but I had been, obviously, like everyone else in the whole entire world, I watched RuPaul's Drag Race. And there was a contestant on there who that's what I do. That's what I do. So I started watching her. Not necessarily her material, but her delivery, her timing, what she was saying compared to what she was trying to say. Because there is a fine line. And I just made the conclusion. So I closed off all my alter personas and now have started quietly building a brand new one. Because if I, dressed like this, come for you, and they don't know our relationship, because I know how you and I personally, how cutthroat we can go at each other.
Fuck yeah. Anybody can get these hands.
Right.
Go on.
um, but if I do it like this, someone's gonna say, "Oh, Michael, you're being so mean." But if I do it painted like a fucking clown, overly animated eyes, big lips, create a stereotypical character, then what? Then it's gonna be funny
Okay.
because it's
Do you wish you didn't have to, or do you really truly enjoy that part and that aspect of it?
I love doing drag. I mean I
Yeah.
love
I've
creating that
seen
illusion.
I've seen that shit light your eyes up, man. And that
Yeah,
drag show we went to was funny as fuck, and I had a fucking blast.
yeah,
That story alone was crazy. You just
yeah. I actually ended up working with two of those queens out here.
that
So
was an odd night for me, I gotta tell you. I
I
only
will.
went there because I love the shit out of you. That shit was an odd night for me. It was at first, it was a little odd. It was a little odd, and then, like, you get the vibe of it, you have an Asian dude dressed as Leeloo Dallas steal some of your money off the table. It was an entertaining thing, and, like, you just and I was there just to
I mean,
support
who
just to
doesn't
support.
love a fat fucking bitch drunk off her ass trying to do a number reading the lyrics off her goddamn phone?
That shit was hilarious. You know
And
what?
still, the
For
bitch
the
turned the
fact that that
party and
was
made her
done
money.
she did that so unpromptly, but she had a good voice. I gotta tell you, that bitch could belt.
Yeah,
That
she
bitch could
made her
belt Aretha
money.
Franklin style.
I
Like,
mean, she made her coin,
yeah, I
you know?
yeah,
And that's what I do. I make, you know, so now it's still me. It's still
yeah.
absolutely my opinion, but delivered in a, Chuck E. Cheese style, Build a Bear fluff form. And,
Yeah.
what's the worst thing they're going to say? You're a bitch. Okay.
Oh,
That's
like,
not
you haven't been
you.
called that today 5, 6 times
Right.
at a red light.
Thanks for the update, Fox News.
So what is your plan? I know you said you wanna get really heavy into the stand-up comedy, you wanna get back up behind the mic and do
Yeah.
it in talk to me. Like, where do you
I did
feel
it.
where do you
I
feel
did
you're
it
gonna see
for a
that at?
friend. I did it for a friend on Halloween, and that's where I got the concept for the character
What
that
do you
I'm
mean,
going
like,
to
you
be.
did an open mic or you did the character? Like,
No, I was a paid spot. I
okay.
I brought I brought the character that I
You got
had.
paid? You got paid?
Yeah.
My guy. Dude, I probably made, like, a total of $30 in my entire comedy career.
Well, you have to
It's
remember something. In California, it's different. They actually pay us because we're putting on 26 pounds of fucking makeup, 10
that's fair.
pounds of foam, 12 pairs of tights, walking around with our dicks up our asses,
Word.
you know.
So this character, you came up with it, dicks up asses, continue.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's when I figured out, like, okay, this incarnation of me, this drag persona has to go, because I did okay in the live mic, but I was in my head, and he called me the night before. I'm good on the mic. If I'm hosting an event, I come out there, I tell you, you're all fat, you're all ugly, have another drink, blah, 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 deprecate, 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 and an entertainer comes on. You don't really get a full set, you know?
Mhm.
So, and I have to tell you, I'm wearing this super psychedelic, very 60s style, Rowan and Martin Laughins style, dumb, Liberty Bell shaped dress.
Nice.
And it's all wavy, and it's the best fucking material to ever wear because I didn't have to tuck. I didn't
Okay.
have to wear 18,000 pairs of tights.
What would
I
you say,
just,
like, the time from start to finish is on, like, getting ready to go? Like, how much time, effort, and manpower does it take? Are we talking, like, full on movie makeup, like,
yeah,
being buried alive kinda shit? Because that's you got
I,
me beat.
so
You got
I
me beat,
take
man. I struggle
all
just to get up on a
this.
mic, let alone put on makeup. I'm not
So
putting
I
fucking
do
makeup
all
on.
this. So I will, if I know I'm performing, I won't shave the week before. I'll let it grow
Okay.
in.
Why's
The
that?
day of the show, I'll shave because it'll be at its smoothest.
Okay.
And then it takes me about 3.5 hours.
Okay.
Because I am running my lines, running my numbers while powders are setting and liquids are drying, and and then I have to make sure I go to the bathroom 4 times because, listen, once I seal the litter box, it can't be unsealed.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why they tell you go before. Go before you leave. There's a reason,
Okay.
because that's it. And, I've never been a drinker. So what am I drinking all night long? Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you got to piss like a 9-dick dinosaur in that thing, don't you?
Well, first of all, when you take your fucking tuck out, it unravels like a fucking mattress that you
What
just took out of a
unravels?
goddamn
What
box.
unravels?
Your dick.
Sorry, you're talking to the wrong fuck. There ain't no unraveling involved in anything that I do. Sorry, handsome. It's more like
Well,
a
I
bloop.
mean, that you'll make a better queen
There's
than me.
no
I
tucking.
can't help it. I'm
There's
endowed.
no up nothing. It's literally like you could tape it to the side with scotch tape. You're fine.
Well,
There's no. Anyway, continue. We don't have to worry about any tucking for your boy Dustin over here.
we just
Not that I
found
would
out
be put in that
we just
position,
found
but
out how
holy
upset
shit,
Brittany is.
she's fine. Don't worry about her. She's fine.
Listen,
I
she's
have a
there.
good
I'm not.
personality, thank you, and I'm funny, and I'm a salesman, so I convinced her I'm like an 8.
I see that. Mm-hmm.
Go
Mm-hmm.
on.
All right, fine.
Trying
You're a
to make it
salesman.
funny.
So yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, like I just no. But I'm weird with too when I'm dressed up. Like I won't respond to my name, and I will respond to the character.
Okay.
I won't respond to Michael, and I don't let my husband kiss me.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
Um.
It's like throws you out of character kind of thing. Like this character doesn't have a husband.
Well, I just, he's super supportive. I mean, he's in the business too, of entertainment, and
And what
he's
does he do?
super supportive. He's an actor,
Okay.
and a writer.
Nice.
Yeah. He's
Should
actually
look up my
super
cousin.
funny, and I'm excited for you guys to meet.
Okay.
It's just tough because we can't, when I come there, it's just me.
Right.
You
You
know,
don't bring him along?
I don't bring him. Well, I
Is
mean,
that for his safety or for just timing and scheduling
it would
issue?
be if the reality is if I was staying with you guys, I would bring him.
Yeah.
If I was staying with, friends, I would bring him. But I learned a long time ago when it comes to certain people in my family, it's better to keep my private life private.
It's fair. That's fair.
And it's not because, and Jason, my husband, knows it has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with, those are the people that, then it's not humor what comes out of my mouth.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
it's venom. We're not toxic men, but we are pretty fucking venomous.
Listen, I do all three things through spite, which strengthen me.
Oof.
So some things will never change. I'm still the one that will cut my nose off to spite my face, but you'll never see me struggle.
Fair enough.
So
when you come local, when you come to Jersey, when you get local again, when do you think that's going to be? And how hard would it be to get you on an open mic? Because it sounds to me like you haven't popped your Jersey cherry yet. Like most of your performing's been out there with you West Coasters.
Well, with comedy, I haven't been in that cherry hasn't been popped.
Okay. So we got a freshie.
I've done drag out there.
Freshie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. But
maybe it's
that's not necessarily designed to make people laugh.
Well, just be careful. My cherries tend to be pitted.
Ew. Thanks for that visual.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. And the 3 people that are watching are currently traumatized. Enjoy, everybody.
Oh my
This is
God.
the relationship Michael and I have. There is no topic off limits.
You
One of
can
my
send your
one
therapy
of
bill to Dustin. He got you.
no, that will not get covered.
No.
One of my favorite things on this planet is to watch you just, for lack of a better term, gay out on a heterosexual and just watch how uncomfortable they can get and how quickly. And I'm just sitting back there with popcorn, enjoying every bit of it. It's one of my favorite. I was talking about my father. I was talking about this with my father today because I stopped by my brother's store and he was working with him. And I mentioned you were coming on, and he remembers you from when from back in the day. He goes, how he's doing, and I'm like, I'm hoping we can make some stuff that's funny and talk about some shit. And he's like, is he still doing that thing? And I was like, yeah, he still does his thing. I just love that. You used to do
Listen,
that
the
fairly
relationship I
often.
have with your father is none of your business.
It's none of my business.
That's
It's none of
right.
it. Big Daddy Yellowitz is he's a gangster. Leave him be.
Thank you for asking for me, Big Daddy. Big Daddy. I'll
And
see
I,
you
and I got to
later.
tell you, man, I got to tell you that is some of the best memories I had early on in functioning human society were Westmont group, everybody hanging,
Is that
everybody
what we're
chilling.
calling it, girl?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Calling girl, could you not? That's not. No, man, shit was fun. Everybody
Sorry.
was chilling. No, you're fine. Everybody was chilling. It was spiritual. You know what I mean? It was fun. We had a
It
good
was
time.
definitely something, and they
Yeah,
are the best times.
it's a shame. A shame the group went down, dude. That's all.
You know, it's funny when I was home.
When was this, bitch?
I
You didn't
was
come meet your
home.
niece. You,
What?
you I said you didn't get a chance to meet your niece when you were local. You whore.
Now you know why I couldn't do it.
Well, you know what? Give a couple more wrist rockets off and get some fucking Uber money and get over to my house. You dick.
Oh, you act like I pay for shit.
You act like she wouldn't love you the moment she met you. You got to
Oh
come here.
no, I know she would. That's the problem. How are you going to compete with that?
I think you guys would have a sass off. And I'm
I
not going to
feel
lie to
like
you. If she's going to learn to be a bitch from anybody, I'd prefer it be from you and Brittany. That way she can be some Super Saiyan asshole in the future.
well, I can see it even in the pictures now. I see it in the pictures now. Like she's gonna break hearts, and I'm
No,
here for
she's not.
that
I'm
because
gonna
that
wrap
means
her in
you're
barbed
gonna be
wire.
stressed out, and I can't wait to see you go gray.
Nope.
Because that means you'll finally let me color your
Stay the
hair.
fuck away.
Listen, a little hot pink never hurt anyone.
Are you fucking chain smoking, dude? How many cigarettes are you gonna have
Oh no,
on
I just
one
put out
swing?
a joint.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's how fucking out of touch I am.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't mind me. I've been living under a rock for a decade.
it happens.
It does.
But see, that's the beauty of California too. Like, you bring up Westmont, and it's the same people.
Yeah.
I'm not, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude,
You're right.
it is literally the same fucking scripts, different cast, but out here, they are adamant. I mean, they are ridiculous.
In what way? What do you mean? How much
I
worse
have
could it be
gone
than
into
Jersey?
some of those. When I first got here, I was really vulnerable, and I went with what
You?
I knew when I was
You said
vulnerable.
that. You said vulnerable live. Are you sure?
Yeah,
For
it was
people
some
want
real
you.
shit.
Okay,
It was
go
some
on.
real shit. I mean,
That's scary. You left home. You're fucking thousands of miles away.
yep.
Did you when you moved there? And
Mm.
did you what was the aspiration? Was it just to get away? Was it to pursue the entertainment? Was it to
It
my
was
cousin made the trek too. He's over in California. He's in California being, acting and doing all that. Like that shit's scary, dude. That's a huge fucking leap.
for
Props.
me. It was a multitude of things. I was stuck. Um, physically and mentally, like just my life was it lacked meaning, but I felt like I was on that hamster wheel.
Right.
Like everybody was partnered or married. My brother has his family, and I had terrible taste in men. I had terrible taste in life choices. I had terrible taste, period.
Not in friends.
Not in friends. I'm super grateful.
Me
Well,
too, dude. Holy shit.
I
I got
mean,
people
I
texting me
have,
right now. Like it's not sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. I got people texting me right now that are just like, holy shit, you're there. You're on live. Like
yeah,
I'm blessed, dude. I am
yeah.
blessed. And I love all you out there watching. Hopefully this goes a little bit further. Continue. I'm sorry. That was just
I don't know
I
if I'm ready
understand.
for that kind of
I fucking love you.
relationship.
I miss the shit out of you, by the way. Do you know how
Yeah,
hard it is not to have your gay best friend within an earshot or within an arm's reach? That's why it's tough, dude.
yeah.
Every-
I
It's
mean, I'm
tough.
grateful because, I do have those 5 people out there that if I didn't cut it, if I couldn't make it, I could go back without having to go home.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? But I also made the conscious decision that failure was not an option.
Mm,
No matter what, failure is not an option.
it's not, man.
So it's 8 years this month that I've been gone.
Damn, doesn't seem that long.
Um, and I'm finally, now I'm finally, it took 8 years to shake off all that mess that
Mhm.
just came with me, but
Yeah,
and that's why I've made this decision now. Like, now I've been so serious for so long. Like, again, metaphor, I'm ping ponging the ball out of my ass. It's time. It's time to listen, if the trauma hasn't left by now, it's material.
that's true.
And that's all there is fucking to it, because you know there's going to be some dumbass motherfucker who did the same shit I did, who's going to get her panties in a wad because, oh my god, that mean drag queen said something that was accurate about me,
Just
but
gotta
it
let the
was
dogs bark,
funny.
man. Just gotta let the dogs bark. And then that's the thing. If you haven't popped your cherry yet as far as comedy goes, you honestly the best piece of advice I'd ever gotten or I'd ever heard. I'd never got this advice when I popped my cherry. I fucking bombed my first time. It was like at a pizza restaurant. My brother had arranged it so there was like 6 people that can go up. We were all going to do it like 10, 15 minutes. It was a total shit show. It was like the first time my brother and I really tried diving into this. But the best piece of advice I'd ever heard was just go up there and have as much fucking fun as you can, because next to nobody's gonna laugh. You might as well enjoy it. It's just gonna happen. You're
Well,
gonna.
and that's what I did
Most people
here.
rarely kill their very first time, or they'll kill what like they'll kill a crazy amount the first time, and then they'll just bomb for like 6 times in a row. It's a weird trend.
So it's the only thing I've done. And I went about it a little differently because I was a little unsure of myself,
Hmm.
and recorded, like, I did a little off the top of my head ad lib stuff in the beginning after my introduction,
Hmm.
but then I recorded my comedy and I mixed it with dialogue that would attain to the subject. So, like, are you familiar with John Waters?
Not offhand, no.
Okay, are you familiar with the movie Serial Mom?
Yep, I think we lost him. Did we lose you, bud?
Sorry about that.
No, to answer your question, no, I have not.
Hmm. A, you should probably look into that because it's right up your alley as far as 80s references,
Ooh,
and it's right up your alley as far as comedy.
okay.
But
Say more.
Kathleen Turner plays a serial killer, and that's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
But she has a scene with an actress who she's crank calling, and she disguises her voice to sound like she's from MCI, and it's, you know, we're trying to help you. We hear you're getting crank calls. And da 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 da. Can you
Okay.
tell us what they're
I feel like
saying?
this might have been one of those movies that I did see. I just maybe saw it once, like a long time ago. So
I
that's
really
possible.
feel like you did because you need to, but that's what I mixed into
It
it.
sounds like something that my brother, with all his movie knowledge and pop culture references, would have probably forced down my throat at some point in childhood.
Just tell
I'm
your
telling you,
brother, just tell your brother that he needs to introduce you to John Waters, but not Hairspray.
I've seen that. I have seen that. They played that shit in high school, I think, as
Of
far as
course,
musicals
yeah. Well,
for
it
a
was the
music
big
class,
musical when you were in high school.
probably. Well, I also
Um,
remember watching the Newsies. I remember watching West Side Story. All that stuff is
yeah.
in Hairspray, Katz.
Well, that's before things got banned because they were educational and accurate.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, no, and that's how I got through it. So I would, was I a success? I got laughs, you
Okay.
know. I got more laughs with the stuff that came off the top of my head than what I recorded, but the stuff
Okay.
that came off of my top of my head was insults, which
Mm.
is what I do. So, it's just like, I mean, I can insult a person as easily as someone can pleasure themselves. Like, you just know how to get it done for yourself and you're good and you move on.
Weird connection, but I agree wholeheartedly. In the same
Well,
way.
listen, I have shit to do. I'm busy. I don't have time for your stories and your name. Like, do
Get
what
to
you
the
came here to
fucking point.
do.
Stop
Or
speaking.
right. Jesus. That's my
Oh.
problem with the East Coast men. That's the issue, is that
Oh,
you listen,
go
you
on.
and your feelings, and you want
Go
to
on. I
talk
don't have
and
any fucking feelings
communicate.
left to hurt, buddy. I love you,
Listen,
but you know this
I
by
didn't come
now.
here for a long time, sir.
I came here for a good time.
I came here for a good time.
I don't know. I'm very cynical because I've been in sales for so long that like I have no patience left. And like if I'm gonna harness a certain amount of patience between work and home, I try and have reserve tank patience for home. You know what I mean? People are probably the worst part about everything outside of my house. They're probably the worst
I
part. The
My
worst.
favorite part of COVID.
Oh, it
My
was the lack of
favorite.
people.
No, no.
Mm.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I
Go on.
worked all through COVID. I was working in cannabis,
Okay.
and California deemed cannabis an essential
Of
business.
course it did.
So, well, I mean, out here it's classified as a medication.
Mm.
So,
Out here, it's classified as a good time.
right. Well, if we didn't have it as a medication first, you wouldn't have had it as a good time.
Fair enough.
So, don't tell me I know about good times.
I know you do. Continue.
I had one once.
I gotta try and keep you contained a little bit. I don't think the internet's ready for
I'm telling you.
unhinged 6:30. Well, it's 3:30 where you're at.
Yeah.
It's unhinged 3:30 in the afternoon, Michael.
I mean, listen, I'm going to take it because it's the only time in life I get to be 3 hours younger than you.
Mm.
I mean,
And
you
we
can't
still
tell to look at me because I look 10 years younger than you, but
you look fabulous.
that is the
You look
California sun
fabulous.
for you.
You look fabulous. Still to this day, the best wingman ever to existed.
Yeah, well, I may not know what to do with it, but I can certainly throw it at you.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I don't get it. It's just not for me. Kudos.
You
Everybody
don't get
deserves
what?
love.
You don't get what?
Vagina.
Oh, fucking women? You don't get that?
No, I
That's
don't get
okay.
it.
That's okay. I don't get fucking dudes.
I don't get them either.
I like Playboy and I like titties and vaginas, and you like wieners and dude butt. That's perfectly fine.
Don't get me wrong. I don't understand men either.
But we did have this conversation about a month ago.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes wieners, but everybody likes titties.
Everybody does love titties.
Everybody likes titties.
I don't want to fucking hear
Almost
it.
everybody on planet Earth has sucked on a titty. Not everybody on Earth has sucked a dick, though.
I mean, no comment. Don't worry. I got you. If it happens, I'm happy to take one for the team.
Thanks.
I got you.
Thanks.
And you know me, in, out,
Your
on my way.
friendship knows no bounds. Thank you for falling on that sword for me, bud.
I mean, I know you have friends that'll take a bullet for you, but how many dudes you know will say, "I'll take a dick for you"?
I know at least one,
Right?
but unfortunately,
See?
he's 5,000 miles away, and there's a lot of dicks in between you and I, bud. I hate to tell you, you haven't been my dick shield for in a long time.
Yeah. Well.
So when you get local, we need to get you first of all, we need to get you on a show, and we need to get your
Yeah.
cherry popped. If you do pop it before you come back to Jersey, I need to know about all those details. Um, and two, you need to meet your fucking niece.
Yeah. No, I do need to do that.
Meet your
I
niece.
actually, the last time I was there was for the bat mitzvah, and I actually ended up leaving early
Mm-hmm.
because somebody showed up, and um, I had to assert
Your
my
domo.
my adamant boundary,
Okay,
and it was pretty cool
fair enough.
because but yeah, no, the next time I go home, I think it's purely just to stay with and visit friends. I mean,
Yeah.
I will make time for family, but at the end of the trip.
Well, I don't live too far from your family. Don't they live? I don't know.
No,
They
they
live about
moved.
25, 30 minutes from me.
They live in, I want to say, Mount Holly now.
That's
Ever
15
since
minutes
my
from me.
dad had his bypass, he's gone religious,
Okay.
which is fine. I mean, at least he's not eating, and he's not. I don't mean he's not, preachy. He's not doing that, but he found an organization that he is a part of that he needs them as much as they need him.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been very accepting. My parents it's a mixed marriage. My mother's not Jewish.
Sure.
And they've accepted her, and it's just, I'm glad. I'm glad for them, you
Okay.
know. But it's all he does,
Right.
and I just don't want to visit with them.
Yeah, you're not a
Because
religious
I'm the
guy.
opposite of all of that.
We're not religious guys.
Well, not organized.
Yeah.
I
I don't see a whole lot of value in pursuing stuff like that. I mean, I get it. Like initially, like starter pack of life. I've seen my life in many different ways as like the training tutorial for a video game. Like, oh, he went Jewish this route. Oh, he could have been a Khajiit. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. It was just
right.
like, I once I got to a certain point in life, I was like, why? Everybody I know and love and care about, when people care, they make themselves present, whether they're 5,000 miles away and just text every fucking morning or every other morning or so, or they're right down the road and they,
Right.
say, hey, let's go get coffee or something. At a certain point, the religion to me just was like starter pack. It's training kids on how right from wrong. It's all that stuff. It's
Look,
good. It's
I
great.
buy
It's
it.
something. It's institutionalized teaching kids to me.
Right. And at some point, you shouldn't need guidance between knowing what's right and wrong.
I also don't need to go to and say a lot of languages that I don't truly understand. You know what I mean? Learning a whole other alphabet. I love my Jew crew. I love my Jew crew,
Yeah.
but it holy shit was Hebrew school boring as fuck.
I mean,
Like, oh my god.
you're lucky. You're lucky because I got forced. Like, I had to go 15 years. I got, like, finally, I was like, I'm done.
You
I'm
could have
done.
told me I'll give you the same amount of values and life lessons, but you have to circumcise yourself with no anesthesia at 32 years old. I'd have been like, I'll take that one instead
Yeah,
of going
really.
through the fucking rigmarole. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm good. And I mean, that's the thing. That's the beauty of what California does to you. It changes you. It changes your perspective on things because there is a freedom here unlike anything I can explain to you. But the best way I can explain it to you was when I moved here, I gave myself 6 months.
Okay.
I said, if my life wasn't a, an, a, even a little better, I'll go back.
Okay. 6 months?
Okay.
That's all you gave yourself?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That's a very high bar. Like that's a
Well, I mean,
to
again,
find happiness in 6 months. Some people aren't happy at 30.
but I had just spent 36 years being unhappy.
Fair enough.
So for me, I wasn't unhappy, dissatisfied.
Okay.
I was dissatisfied with myself, with my choices. You know, and when I landed here, I said, okay, put all that on hold,
Mm-hmm.
deal with it. Right now, you have a level playing field. And for 6 months, I met Jason.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, I I had money. I had money. I had a settlement, so I didn't have to work necessarily right away.
Okay.
I had a couple weeks to adjust
And kind of take it all in without
and take
worrying
it
about
all
that
in.
stress of that's actually pretty lit, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So 6 months is a high bar, but it's not as high when you realize that it was a planned execution.
Mm-hmm.
Like I planned for shit. So like I went to LA for 2 weeks, and I'll tell you, if you go to LA, Dustin, you're going to want to move there. It feels like home.
Oh,
It has all that city that you love,
I don't love the
but
city.
huh?
I'm not a city guy.
But the aspects of the city that you love. The
I love people from the city. I like going to the city for things. I like
right,
food in the city.
those things that you love about the city, but here people are nice. It's warm. Hi, how
But
are
is it
you?
real nice? Is it real nice? Like, I know people in the Northeast,
Some
and you
people
might
are
be right.
not.
I've never been to California, so I can't speak to it, but I can say, like, I know people in Philly that'll pretty much call you a piece of shit 7 different ways, but they care, and at least they're being honest, you know what I
I'm
mean? Like,
talking
is
about
it a real kind?
I'm talking about when you're just walking down the street.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The people are kind. Yeah, there are assholes here. There are assholes everywhere.
Everywhere you
But
go, there's an asshole.
yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, people come equipped with them.
Mhm. I've just always found that, like, yeah, you like a lot of people boast that the West Coast is very friendly, and I can say for sure that down south is a lot of friendly people. I haven't been too much in the Midwest. Vegas was a little on the shady side. That felt like the
Vegas?
Northeast in the Midwest. Yeah, it felt like Vegas. But I didn't do drugs in Vegas, so like I guess I couldn't get the whole experience. So I
Oh,
was I was clean in Vegas. So, but what I will say is like I know people who will tell you all about yourself. They'll take your heart and they're straight venomous, but exactly. And those are the people I trust the most. You know, they may not seem it at the time, but like those are I don't know. I'm always leery of when people are too overtly nice for no reason. I always feel like there's an ulterior motive. Maybe that's because I'm from the Northeast. Maybe that's
so
because Jersey, Philly, New York, and Delaware, and fucking wherever other people that they're all fucking shady.
great. But
They're all
listen,
shady as shit.
I get that. And it
Yeah.
took me a while to acclimate to the genuinity of people here.
Hmm.
Because, of course but the game changes here because it really is full of opportunity, and the opportunities themselves are filled with people who want to give you more opportunity.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
I do.
If you fall in line with the right people, which you always end up doing it.
Yeah.
We're very good like that. You know,
It's drawing the right people too.
right,
Drawing them. Because you are who you attract and you are who you hang with. And if you constantly are around people who are just like, I can't do it, woe is me, I'm a victim, like fuck it. They're not the ones that you're gonna be
Oh,
hustling with.
there's a couple of those out here.
I'm
For some
sure.
reason, they don't seem to like me very much.
Well, it's because you have no problem telling people about about themselves. Like,
Listen, if you're going to be a victim, I'm going to give you a reason to be a victim.
I'm gonna give you something to victimize for sure.
Listen, I grew up in the school of Why are you crying?
Yeah.
I'll give you something to cry about.
It's not just that. Like it's like the whole victim mindset is like
Yeah.
it doesn't help. Like all it does is make people aware of how how terrible you are at dealing with difficult things.
Right.
And that's not what a human being should be. Like to meet your adversity, stop being a pussy and fucking meet it and overcome it, or meet it and fuck it up completely and congratulations, you're like the rest of us.
Well, I mean, and that's the whole thing is if you take the victim, I mean, listen, that's a whole ass podcast all on its
Hell
own.
yeah. Hell, well, you think this is the only episode you're doing?
No.
You out of your goddamn mind.
No, I know. I know.
I
I'm
told
aware
you,
that
man, this is what I want to do now. Like, yeah, I got my job, I have my family, but the time that I have that I can put
this is
into
you time.
to me, this is I want to be with the people that make me want to be this. You know what I mean? Like my family makes me want to be this. They make me want to enjoy myself so that when I come back home, I have enjoyment to give them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to know that like when you're ready to get up on stage and you're ready to pop that cherry and you want to go, I want to be there right behind you, or 5,000 miles away right
You
behind
know
you. Whatever.
what? I think
That's
just
what
for
I want.
you, when I do ultimately do it, I'm going to have a costume made and it'll have cherries all over it.
Mm. I'm in.
And then
That
I'll
sounds
send it to
cool.
you so you can smell how sweaty I was.
Ugh. Make sure the glitter stays on there for me, will you?
No, I don't do glitter. Oh, no,
You don't do glitter.
no.
Decoration herpes is not your thing.
No, I do not do fucking glitter.
Fuck
My
glitter.
husband will
If I ever
listen.
find the guy who made glitter, I will strangle him.
I'm telling
Yes,
you,
that is a threat.
it was probably a gay man trying to get back at somebody because that is a level of petty.
How about is every time somebody has glitter on them, they always assume stripper. They don't assume they have children because children's shit has glitter all over it. My daughter's hair clips have glitter. Fucking greeting cards have glitter. Every time somebody's like, "You get a little piece of glitter. Would you go to the strip club?" Yeah, that's me. That's me. I just
Well, I
burying my
mean,
face in titties at 2 PM. That's what I do.
right, because if the opportunity presented itself, you wouldn't.
Absolutely not. Nope. I love Brittany. She's got
I didn't. I
also a
said.
7-foot
I
wingspan
didn't.
and
I didn't say.
and she
I
don't fuck
said.
around. I'm not burying my face in no titties except hers.
But that I didn't. I didn't specify a person. I said if the opportunity happened that you could
If
do it at 2 PM, you would do it, right?
are they
I mean, obviously, I mean Brittany.
yeah, no, anytime they're out, those are mine. Those are my
Okay,
titties. Those
so
aren't her. She holds them for me. She
well,
holds those titties for me until I'm ready for them. And the same thing goes with my body parts, although I'm sorry, honey, I didn't give you a whole lot to choose from.
yeah.
Oops.
Well, they make pumps for that. I'll send you one.
They sure do.
They sure do.
Well, all right, buddy.
That's weird too. Here,
What's
it's
that?
that was the moment for me.
What's
So
that?
it was coming up on Halloween in my 6 months,
Okay.
and I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure, and I was working in a restaurant, and here, our gay prides are what close out Pride season.
Okay.
So like right now you're getting ready. Like doesn't Philly have their festivals coming in the next couple weeks? I mean,
I am not the guy to ask. I don't even keep up with Jewish holidays, dude. Like everybody's like, "Oh, happy Rosh Hashanah." I'm
I
like,
don't
"What?"
know. Most businesses out there do, so I assume.
I love you, but I have no idea what's going on with Pride Month.
Oh, me neither. I'm not.
None.
I'm a terrible homosexual.
I mean,
I'm a
you
terrible.
seem like a pretty good homosexual to me. Like you pretty much
I'm
got
not.
it
I
on
mean,
lock.
I'm at an age now where I did the pride, honey. I'm good.
Yeah.
I ran around with my little underwears on and my crop top and my fancy hair and my wigs and my glitter. I'm good. Get out of my way. I'm going
glitter.
to kill
You
you.
hypocrite. You fucking hypocrite.
Yep.
Fucking glitter, dude.
Yep.
Oh.
No, listen. It's because I did glitter that I won't do glitter. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm educated.
And it's because I've been around so many strippers, I will also not do glitter.
See?
So when do you plan on coming back to the East Coast? I think you answered that
Well,
already, but I
actually,
forgot already.
my niece just had a baby.
Ooh,
So
congratulations
thank you.
to her and her you.
Huh?
I said to her and to you.
Thank you. Um, I'm trying for August.
Okay.
I'm trying for it. I have to see because I have a friend who works for American Airlines,
Okay.
and if he can get me the $200 round trip friends and family ticket, I mean it sucks because it's coach, and I can only take a carry on. But I mean, I'm
Isn't it like
going.
a 6-hour flight, 7-hour flight?
It's an 8 hour flight.
Oof. Well, at least you can watch a couple of movies, get a meal or two.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm totally okay. It's just what am I going to bring? And the beauty of living in California, I can have cannabis in my carry on. They don't care.
I mean, it's legal in Jersey. You know that, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've also had Jersey weed. No, thank you.
Okay.
I stopped playing with kids' toys when I was 4.
So, okay, you're talking shit on Jersey weed. Interesting.
It is, isn't it? But I've had
I
it,
I
so I
sense a future podcast episode. I'll get a Jersey stoner on here, and you battle it out and try and argue whose is better.
I'm not going to argue something
Or
that
when
I'm
you're
going to know.
local, maybe I'll have a local stoner and you come in, and then you guys will just say, "Oh, the Pepsi challenge of weed." East versus West will be like Tupac and Biggie. Only it'll probably be like two white guys in a suburban garage somewhere. Who knows?
What do you just Shaggy and Queenie?
Who knows? Who knows, man?
I know. I'll have to
Holy
grow
shit,
my
we've been
hair out.
talking for 51 minutes, Bubba.
I know.
God
Well,
damn.
that's what we do. We are two old women.
I'm not old, bitch.
Tell your reflection.
Oof. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, honey, listen. I'm with you. Some people have crow's feet. I have a whole family in a mansion. Well, for now, I have a shot appointment next week.
You're gonna do the get it lodged in?
Well, so the atmosphere out here is different, and it screwed with my chemistry. So I started to get really bad migraines and allergies.
Screwed with your chemistry?
Yeah, my
Wait.
body, because my body's not built for West
You mean
Coast.
it's just a different like a different climate's just messing with
Yeah,
you? Oh, like the
climate
pressure.
change.
Okay. I'm a moron, don't mind me.
Yeah, so I started to get really bad dizzy spells and migraines, and I went to the doctor.
You didn't tell me.
It happened when I first got here.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I didn't know what it was, and like I attuned it to be just, your normal morning grieving, healing cycles,
Yeah.
whatever. But I went to the doctor, and he was like, we're gonna try this, and he gave me a shot, and I was like, what did you just give me? And he said Botox. And I was like, wait a minute, do I look old? And he goes, no, I didn't know they used it for migraines.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that either.
And fortunately,
I prefer Tylenol.
Listen, I'm gonna lose my migraine and 5 years off my life. Fuck out of here! I'm taking the shot.
Meh.
Look,
I'm
not
destined
trying
to look like an
denounce
old
my
Jew
age.
anyway. Why fight it?
I'm not trying to deny my age. I just don't have to. I aged a little quicker. Years of speed will do that to you.
Or it'll preserve you. Yeah.
Or it'll preserve
I find
you.
drugs preserve me fairly well. Like I should have way less teeth than I do currently.
Listen, I have to tell you something that only you will appreciate.
Go on.
And now your fan base is that one, as you remember,
the one person, my fan base. We had 7 at one point. I was pretty proud. Not bad.
Look at that. You took 7 at one time.
Mm. Does that beat your record or?
Yeah, good luck with that.
I don't
I'm
have
the
the time for fucking triple digits at one time. You
I'm the
fucking
queen of
marathon man.
the orgy mosh pit at the
Good
bathhouse.
fucking lord.
Um,
Do you like gladiator movies?
They were gay too.
I figured you'd appreciate that.
I got my teeth fixed. It was one of the first things I did.
It does look good.
And, after the healing of all that, I was able to go back to doing, my hobbies and extracurricular activities.
And do it without a shit ton of insecurity. I know that shit bugged the hell out of you.
Right. And my husband told me one night in the middle, I took them out while I was doing it. And he said to me, "Don't ever do that again."
Really? Go on. Because most people be like, yeah, take them out.
No, he said, "I don't want a blowjob from Sophia Petrillo."
Okay. Hey, listen, if you're listen, if Brittany loses her teeth, I'd be interested to see what a toothless dinner feels like. I would
honestly.
Oh, go on.
It feels like a massager, a wet massager going up and down.
How many toothless blowjobs have you had, Michael? That you can actually fucking articulate a difference and a scale? Are you thinking about multiple ones? Are we ending the stream on how many fucking toothless blowjobs you've gotten and given?
Listen, I mean, the subject came up.
Oh no, the topic is gone askew.
once upon a time, I used to turn a party. But yeah, quite a few. It's the price you pay when you're a devastatingly beautiful person under the influence of devastatingly mind-altering substances.
The first
things
live
happen,
episode, ladies and gentlemen. Toothless dingers. God, I fucking love you, dude.
Hey, we could have been talking about fisting, so.
Oh, come on. Come on. Let's talk about it. I'm just kidding. No, let's not. No, I don't want to talk about it. The two people that are watching fisting dingers, what the fuck? Oh.
www.pornhub.com/Michael.
No. Good Lord.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I had them taken
fine.
down.
You're fine.
I had them taken down. They're not up.
Oh, come on, man. When I said promote your stuff, that's not what I fucking meant. That's not what I fucking meant.
Listen,
you and your OnlyFans can fuck off. Oh my God, I got people texting me and okay.
Please tell me they're laughing.
I don't know. I'm sure the two people that are watching right now are probably retching a little.
Well, tell them to relax. It will hurt less.
Yeah, don't fucking force it. Yeah, you gotta let it. You gotta like. Oh.
I find that if you dislocate your jaw, you have less chance.
What are you, a fucking cobra? What are you, a fucking King Cobra? You're dislocating jaw, bro.
Listen,
bro. Now you're fucking around. Stop.
Well, yeah, no, that was obviously a joke. But I mean,
just imagining a snake with a fucking
with a giant shaft going in it.
Holy shit. Okay. Oh my God. Well, one person hung in there for a hot minute. I don't know who that is right now because I'm on the StreamYard thing, but holy shit. Get fucking clicked off and more audio went in my head that wasn't supposed to be there. Oh, I'm so bad with this technology shit.
You're gonna figure it out.
No, like I've had several people, dude, it's crazy. I've had countless people come over and help me just not be dumb. Just not be dumb. This is the part where I'm good. The part where the back and forth, the talking between us, that's fine. Right. It's the moment my hands touch this stuff Like I literally, if you watch one of the episodes from when there's 3 screens on the YouTube thing. Like if you watch it, like about 15 minutes in, I'm just like, I'm gonna turn on a ring light, and everything just goes black, and it's just it's so bad. I'm so bad with technology.
Everyone has their talents.
Yeah. Holy shit, we've been talking a whole hour, Bubba. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is
That's
awesome.
awesome. We should do more of these, man. Like more often.
I'm down.
And when do you plan on popping the cherry? You got to schedule it. You got to schedule the mic.
Right now right now I have the character being sketched out while I'm
Mhm.
making the material.
So I would make a suggestion, if I
mm,
may. Just go to a random fucking glory hole in the wall open mic and just get some of the shit out. Get your presence made.
well, that's the
Because
beauty of
doing it without the costume is different.
right.
Doing it without the makeup and doing it with all that, because that's almost like I can imagine how it could be a little bit of a shield. It could
It's
be a
not
little
a
bit of
shield for
armor.
me though.
Okay.
It's
I'm
not a
just saying I can
shield for
imagine it
me
would be. Go on.
because nothing that I'm going to say in character would be anything I wouldn't say out of it.
Okay.
So the idea is I want to do something along the lines of what, like you said, Eddie Izzard, but do you know who Dame Edna Everage is, right?
It sounds really familiar.
So Dame Edna Everage is a comedian by the name of Barry Humphries.
Okay.
But he has a slew of characters. Some of them are men, some of them are women. Dame Edna just happened to be the one that put the bread in his basket and made
Okay.
him buku bucks.
Okay.
And her whole thing is that she's anointed with the royal family, and she has a very particular job, but she can't tell you what it is, and blah blah blah. And the royal family's in on it. They were been in on it for years. But he had he does all these different characters, and that's what I'm gonna do. But all of them are gonna be based on the same levels of hatred.
Okay.
So it's going to intentionally sound harsh. It's going to intentionally have a pointed
Because the
tone.
character you want them to be a bitch.
Right.
Period.
You know
Flat
what
out.
I mean?
You like that villain shit, which is cool. So you're going for like the heel comedy, right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of going for the guy or gal to hate. Are you worried that, with the drag and the comedy that's going to put a negative connotation on drag?
No.
No?
I'm not marketing myself as some I don't market myself as Michael as someone you should bring around children.
Okay.
You know what I
I
mean?
I can
And
appreciate that.
don't misunderstand me. I understand decorum around children, but if
Sure.
I say I'm having a party, Dustin, and you and Brittany are invited,
Right.
that means no kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare step. I'm not. Listen, I'm the first person to tell you that I can't. I hate children. I don't want anything to do with them. I didn't like myself till I was 21. So I'm not a fucking hypocrite. But
Fair enough.
I love you. I love you.
I
So
love you.
those are my children.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? So they're okay as
Mhm.
long as they're quiet and don't, scream.
That's physically impossible. So maybe wait till they're
It's all right.
12
I come with duct tape,
each.
so we're fine.
Oh, okay. I got duct tape. Come on, man.
Well, see, salt. See,
I still have the duct tape you sent for mine and Brittany's anniversary. I appreciate you.
yeah. Well, that was double sided
It was, yeah.
for her pleasure.
Yeah. Next time, a little less adhesive on the tape, because I'm starting to get a little chest hair, so I don't need a 40-year-old virgin scene, if you don't mind, please and thank you.
I'm just grateful to hear you're getting your big boy hair.
Of course. Well, it took me to 32 for my beard to connect. I had a Johnny Depp stash and a terrible Amish beard for the longest time. The guys at Mall Chevy used to bust my balls because I hated my mustache for a long time, so I'd just shave it and then just have this.
Yeah.
And then they'd walk by and they'd be like, "Oh, there, Chesataya. How you doing, thee?" It was terrible. It was a terrible.
I don't know why they would make fun of someone who walked around with a flavor saver.
I think it was more of like I have a giant head and it was a terrible beard choice for me, and why not?
And you're
Break
as
balls
tall as
anyway.
Leprechaun?
I'm taller than the average leprechaun.
Oh,
I
so
would
you're the Michael
probably
Jordan of
lead them.
leprechauns.
I would probably lead them. I would amass an army of leprechauns. You do my bidding, fuckers.
I'm just
Off you
glad you didn't
go.
send. I'm just glad that we didn't have to exchange the butt plug. So
Oh my god. No. 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 No butt plugs. No. 32 years my ass has remained an exit zone, and it shall stay that way till the day I die. And once I'm dead, you can do whatever you want with it, buddy.
well, good because when you die, they do.
I'm sure. Who cares? I'll be dead. Just like I won't be buried in a Jewish cemetery for my tattoos.
That's not true.
Oh, is it not true?
It
Because
is
I
not
see
true.
this has been a discussion amongst the comedians that I hang out with around here.
Yep. No.
All right, go on.
Yep. They have come forward and said at this point.
Who's they? Who's they?
Who was it?
Like
They said
the Jew
it
council?
was some rabbinical study because they were actually studying it. It was never written that we couldn't be buried in a Jewish cemetery if we had body modifications. Never.
Okay. I think the term in the Bible is like marring, like tattoos. Like I think the exact term they use. I don't really care. And in Torah and the Bible and all that stuff, they call it marring.
Yeah, but it defeats the purpose because those people, they were able to prove that if that's the case, then nobody's been buried properly because they were marred.
Who's they?
The Jews at that time when that was all written. Because
I think they definitely excluded the Holocaust tattoos. They definitely excluded that. Like that's not their fault. They were forced to get tattoos.
They excluded Holocaust, but that's what it was. In order to exclude them, they were like, we have to let all of them. You can't just. It's not fair. Because people were getting revisions of their grandparents and their great grandparents' number.
If you find an article on that, please send it to me because I would like next time I bring that up to a comedian and he's talking some serious shit that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'd love to have a good argument.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna build that motherfucking argument.
I have,
I love winning an argument,
and I don't lose one. So, I'll get that to you. I'll find it.
I appreciate it.
It won't be today because I have a sex date.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you penciling me in. Am I before or after your sex tape right now? Or in between multiples?
It's a date.
Oh, sex date.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Well, if I know,
it may not be titties that I'm going to motorboat, but I'm going to motorboat.
Okay. Okay, that's a visual that I haven't had in a while, and I appreciate you for that.
Pleasant dreams.
You know what? I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby tonight, man. This was fun as shit.
Yeah, it was.
Up with you. It's not it's not the same as you being here, and but it is definitely better than just texting back and forth. I do miss you, and when you are on the East Coast, if you don't meet your nieces. And then let me take you to a comedy show and get you behind a mic. I will fly to California, and the kind of anal penetration that my foot will do to you is going to be beyond your gayness. Like I don't think you're going to enjoy it.
I'm
going to make sure you won't.
There, brother.
Listen. I love you enough to try and make that a thing. I know that ass has probably been through some shit. Like.
You better get thigh high boots.
The Hurricane Katrina of sex lives has seen that butthole, and I'm sure.
I am what Katrina and Andrew. I am their baby.
Well,
I am the
baby. Maybe Andrew. Katrina was probably watching.
She did like to watch.
I think I'm gonna stop us there, buddy. We're running over a little over an hour.
Okay.
I really appreciate you coming on. We're gonna do this again real fucking soon. And please, you said August. Maybe you're coming local.
Hopefully, that's the plan.
Well, I do appreciate you, buddy.
I mean, I don't know if you get on your knees for anything, but if you do, you could, a little extra.
Lately, I get on my knees to change diapers.
Well, while you're down there saying, "Oh God,"
more like it stopped kicking me in the chest, Evie. That's more like what I'm saying. Please stop kicking, which isn't too far off from what you're referencing. Anyway,
right.
All right, buddy. Well, I love you. Thanks again for coming on. Everybody that's watching, or well, the one person or anybody watching later on, I do have a show coming up on the 26th, Roberts Bar and Grill in Berlin. I believe the Reverend Bob Levy and some others are coming on to do their thing as well. I'll be a guest spot. It'll be my first time running with this circuit, so please, I'm gonna have somebody record it. I might try and get it live. I'm not sure. Check out Michael. He's planning on starting his career up as in comedy and entertainment. And I got to tell you, if anybody can do it, I believe in this bastard right here. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate
This has been Dust Off the Mic podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and thanks for letting us share. Love you, Mike.
Love you too, babe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.